It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the New Orleans Saints and the Atlanta Falcons, and it's all just ahead on Madden NFL 25.
Mere feet from where the Georgia Dome stood and the Falcons played for a quarter century. We're looking at the team's home since the 2017 season, Mercedes-Benz Stadium in Atlanta. So glad y'all could join us for this game. Kate, Scott, and Brock here on the call for it, and we're expecting quite a bit of offensive gamesmanship, partner. Some veteran savvy out there. Both of our starting quarterbacks have spent quite a long time in this league, and they've got plenty of experience to show for it.
Yeah, I like the way you say that right there. Gamesmanship and veteran savvy. Father Time, he chases down these skilled guys. It's a game that's getting younger and younger, right? Because, well, it's hard to be as fast as you've been when you were a rookie. But as a quarterback, you've got a huge years of experience. Both these guys have to play this game from the neck up and still play it at a high level.
Enough build up. The ball is teed up, and we are ready to go. And we're underway in Atlanta. Here's Avery Williams on the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. So out head the Falcons for their first possession. And leading them out in his 13th season out of Michigan State is Kirk Cousins.
Well over a decade has started in this league, and Kirk Cousins put up some prolific numbers. The thing that's eluded him, despite all the stats, are those playoff opportunities and those marquee postseason victories. I think Kirk, his family, and everybody rooting for him hopes the final chapters of his career will contain some of those.
All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Straight to the air they go. Quick hitter complete. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Continuing to move past the 45. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute it.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. That one's complete to London. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 11. And the Falcons will have a first.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
And he's able to manage a couple on that run.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. And the Saints came marching home, and they dropped him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
The Saints add a 5th defensive back here. 3rd down coming up. Out of the gun, Cousins. Throw reeled in by London. And a nice game here, but it stopped short of the first.
You know, I like the completion. You never turn down a completion. That's just not the right throw to make in that spot to move the chains.
So with the Falcons set to punt on 4th, on comes Bradley Pinion. Now this is a beauty of a kick. It's headed out of bounds, no chance at a return or a touchback. They're gonna mark it out at the 6. So now we're gonna look at the other offense as the Saints take the field. Leading them out in year 11. He's played 15 or more games every season in the league. A real Iron Man, Derek Carr.
As you're running onto the field with this kind of field position as a quarterback, you're reminded yourself and your huddle, hey, let's be disciplined. Got to be on the details here. Got to take care of the football. And also encourage them and let them know that script you've been working on all week, well, there's a lot of field and there's a lot of plays ahead of them to go and put a score on the board.
They're going to start on the ground with Kamara. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to. Because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Working out of the gun, it's Carr. His first throw is an interception. That's Justin Simmons. And he's going to go. It's a big 6. Well, that certainly wasn't the end result he was after there, Brock. A big play to start the scoring, but we can definitely say this was not his intention, letting that pass go.
No, a lot of game left, though, and that's
Yeah.
a positive. And you know what? He's going to have a chance to totally redeem himself after that one.
Young Hui Koo on for the point after. That one right down the middle. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. This return starts at the 5. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Second drive coming up for the Saints offense. And they didn't have much time to recover from that pick 6. Need short memories here as they head back out. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Carr trying again after the pick. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And they're going to bring him down just beyond the 30 at the 31.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Carr off the play fake. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Give him 9 on that play, and it's enough for the 1st.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
That's complete to Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 44.
That's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Throwing again, it's Carr. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. From the shotgun, Carr. Complete beyond the marker. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Carr here from the gun. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Back to the air, Carr. Short pass caught by his tight end. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Kamara now on 1st and 10. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Here's Carr. Taken in by Shaheed. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They strike for 23 yards. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
Working inside the red zone. This one's caught. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1.
Sure nice to see them looking for their tight ends in the passing game. Such great size to have out there. It really forces defenses to try to find a way to defend them along with everybody else.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Here's a give inside to Kamara. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Alvin Kamara, the touchdown. Blake Grupe to try the extra point. That one splits the uprights. And we're all tied up. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. On the return, here's Ray McCloud. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. Onto the field comes the Atlanta offense for the second time. And they're certainly hoping for some better results here after that first drive ended in a punt. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Got a man, it's London. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw, Cousins. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. To the air, Cousins. He'll get this complete to Mooney. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. It's a pickup of 11. And it's good for an Atlanta first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
So that's 1 quarter gone in a battle of NFC South rivals. Both teams neck and neck so far. We'll make our return to Mercedes-Benz Stadium after this. Back for our 2nd quarter. It's Falcons football. They're looking at first down here. Now Cousins again. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right. Well, no look on his first look of the game. And now they face 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Cousins again. Nabbed by Kyle Pitts.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns. He puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
And the Saints go in nickel, 3rd down. Cousins. He has the first over the middle. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. Rifles it, and it's caught. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Give him 13 on that play. And the Falcons will have a first.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. The throw is caught. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Out of the gun, Cousins. And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons take a 2nd quarter lead. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Coup on now for the extra point. That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden ratings hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Pressure coming for Carr. Connects with Johnson. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. That's caught by Chris Olave. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. They get 22 on that one. And the Saints are going to have a 1st down.
I'll be honest with you, Kate. As you grow and develop as a quarterback, your arm gets stronger. These comebacks can be one of your favorite throws in your arsenal. Because if you trust yourself and you throw it before that defender breaks, you know there's yards to be had on the perimeter.
Running behind center with Kamara. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a 1st down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Another run for Kamara. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and it leaves them with 3rd and 5.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
Motioning left is their running back. Carr with it on 3rd and short. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on a defense.
Carr with it on 1st. Finds a man on the right side. And able to get this down to the 15 before going out.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on the throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. On the shotgun, Carr. He brings it in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. A nice gain of 8 there, and it brings them to 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Throwing again, it's Carr. This throw is caught. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints can tie it up in the second after cutting into the lead. So he looks to and finds the big fella, and his tight end takes it in for 6.
Such a reliable weapon down in the red zone. You know, kind of reminds me like a point guard making an entry pass to that post player. When you trust your big people around you, and when a quarterback trusts his tight end like that, it makes a difference.
Group B to try the point after. That one splits the uprights, and we're all knotted up. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Starting from the 5. Returns looking good so far. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Here's the Falcon offense headed out. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 39. Short pass caught by his tight end. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. 1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he's able to get this down to the 36. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. It's the 2-minute warning now from Atlanta. The Falcons working here. 1st down, ball at the 36. Throwing his Cousins. He's got it, room to run. And he takes it across the 30 before heading out.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
They fake the handoff. Now Cousins. Got it. And he gets it to the 1, but goes out just before the goal line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Cousins out of the pistol here. And he sails that one over the end zone.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
So the incompletion on 1st. Here's 2nd and goal. Looking to throw, Cousins. And he'll go down. The Saints make the play. And the pressure drives them backwards.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense. It just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Back to throw, Cousins. And he just gets rid of this one, but unfortunately, that means 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And they've taken back the lead.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. That's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Now to kick it away, here's Pinion. Here's a return from the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Saints are going to take over now near the end of the half. And we're a shade away from 50 seconds to go in the half. That's enough time to put something together. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Carr here from the gun. Hits the tight end on the corner route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Carr now on 1st and 10. That one's incomplete over the middle. Tried getting it to Chris Olave. And now it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I know nobody's perfect. And all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
Back to the air, Carr. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Third and a lone yard coming up. Carr setting to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Blitz coming, Carr. And he goes down. The Falcons got to him. Just before halftime, we get a timeout taken. Field goal unit out there on second down as they try for 3 here before halftime. It's a deep shot for him from that left hash. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it'll knock this game up late in the second quarter.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Time left for maybe a return plus a play here as they send this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
Probably looking at our final snap of the half here on first down. Looking to throw. He's going to loft one deep to the left. And we all saw it. Flag came out just before that one fell incomplete. They may still get some big yards out of this one. So halftime has to wait one more snap. That pass interference call means we've got an untimed down coming up. And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. That's the end of 2 in Atlanta. The Falcons really spreading their wings. They're out in front so far. Now we'll send you south to our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report with Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. We'll let you and Brock catch your breath as we welcome the rest of you to our EA Sports Halftime Report. It was a strong first half for the veteran quarterback, Kirk Cousins. He was on point, throwing a touchdown pass to help his guys take the lead into the break.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Saints and Derek Carr about ready to get back to work. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember. But as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They give to Kamara, left side. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Throwing his Carr. No hesitation, and that one's caught. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it stopped.
I'll tell you this, you don't want to make a living throwing into double coverage, but double coverage and still finding a way to beat the defense and haul it in. That's not a situation many players win. And a lot of quarterbacks willing to make that throw and trust their receiver to get it done.
From the gun on 3rd down. That's caught for the first. And he'll get it up to the 44. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, 1st down.
That's one of those plays, Kate, where every position on the offense gets a gold star. They all did their job. Enough protection to allow the quarterback time to find his receiver, who went all the way from the right side of the field to the left side of the field to do some damage.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. Olave with the catch. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains. There wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Here's Carr. This is complete to Olave. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They send the tight end in motion. 2nd and 4. Complete out to the right side. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a New Orleans 1st down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap 1st down.
A tight end in motion now. Throwing on 1st down, it's Carr. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
That play is so impressive on so many levels. Not just because it saves a touchdown kick. He had to time that perfectly to knock it free without drawing a flag or let him establish possession for the score. That is so, so good.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Throwing again. It's Carr. He finds Johnson. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Carr throwing on 3rd. Reeled in at the 7. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. To hit a curl route of that length, it takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. They'll run with Kamara. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
His goal's pretty clear, Kate. Crash forward, and then crash inside. Set that edge, but if you can come inside and bury that runner before it gets started, all the better.
2nd chance at 6 here. It's 2nd and goal. From the shotgun, Carr. And it's caught. And he's brought down real close to that goal line at the 1. Buckle up, it's 3rd and goal. Carr back to throw. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints take the lead right away in half number 2. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
Group B to try the point after. That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Falcons 20.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Fielded at the 7. And look at this return. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's out to the 38. Onto the field runs the Atlanta offense. They find themselves trailing after the opening drive touchdown, and heck, it really should be an entertaining second half if they're able to answer here. The Falcons in good field position here as they start out 1st and 10. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. From the gun, it's Robinson. And that carry gets him up to the 44 on a solid gain. 6 yards the pickup there. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. Can't find anyone open. He's forced to throw it away.
You know, it's a point of emphasis in practice each and every week, no matter where we go. How are we going to attack the coverage on 3rd down? Well, they chose the wrong play off that call sheet that time.
The Falcons getting ready for the punt. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. And they bring him down to put a stop to that return. It's a 54-yard punt that time. And the Saints are going to have some work to do as they take over. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing from the gun. Fires down the middle, and it is caught. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints keep their drive alive and reach pay dirt 1 play later. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers, and sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Group B to try the point after. That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead.
Falcons 20.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. He fields it from the 8. Returns looking good so far. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. Would have liked to have kept that big play, but the officials and penalties say no, and it's got to come back. So the penalty on the return doesn't do them any favors, Brock. A lot more field ahead of them here starting out. On 1st and 10, it's Cousins. Rifles it, and it's caught. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
That is a textbook first down completion. Sets up second and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 29. And the Saints came marching home, and they dropped him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
As much as we talk about offenses wanting to stay ahead of the chains, they want to stay on script. Well, a defense, they want to rip that script up. And a sack like that, creating 3rd and extra longs, it's exactly how you get it done.
This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Now it's Cousins. They'll set up the wide receiver screen here. And he'll get it up to the 27.
Pursue, pursue, pursue. It's why they do these drills all the time, Kate. You do them through the offseason, do them through training camp, you do them in the regular season. Because when a defense plays with tremendous pursuit, you force 4th downs just as they did.
Punt team on the field. It'll be Bradley Pinion doing the honors. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Saints will get set to take over. First and 10 now from the 30. Now Kamara. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, it's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They stay on the ground with Kamara. A lot of grass ahead. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Kamara running out of the gun. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
They got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs, against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. They'll run the toss to Kamara. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They push it forward for a yard, and that brings up 3rd and 8. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th. Six defensive backs out there. Falcons in the dime on 3rd. Carr here from the gun. Toward the sideline, and he locates Johnson. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Raheem Morris in strong disagreement with that call. He's going to challenge this.
Play is under review.
We're all watching that sideline here, seeing where those feet came down.
And no matter what they rule here, Kate, that was an outstanding effort just to make the catch.
Yeah.
Now we got to look and see, did he get both feet in with possession?
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
First down, ball at the 36. Running back sent in motion left. Carr now on 1st and 10. That's knocked away by a defender, incomplete. That one doesn't make it beyond the line. And it sets up 2nd down.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
Back to the air, Carr. Quick hitter complete. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. Handoff headed right, Kamara. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Kid, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Carr setting to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Carr. He brings it in.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains, but I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out, and this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. Now Carr. And he will score. It's a New Orleans touchdown. The Saints make it a 3-score game in the 4th. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Group B to try the point after. That one right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead.
Falcons 20.
On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. Here's a return from the 7. In pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Here's Atlanta ready to take over possession. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Cousins. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And the Saints grab it! And the nightmare continues as they bring the fumble back for a touchdown! The Saints put up even more points in a win. Really smart play from him there, Brock. Not just to fall on the football, but to take it in for the score.
Yeah, a word we don't normally use with D linemen a lot, quickness, right? It's usually the corner skill guys,
Yep.
but he was quick, man. He downshifted in a hurry for 6.
Group B to try the point after. That one splits the uprights, and they'll continue adding to their lead.
Falcons, 9.
Nice little energy on their sideline after that fumble return scored, and with plenty of energy, he'll send this one away. This return starts at the 5. This return makes it up to the 25. Now here come the Falcons on offense. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Cousins. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Sometimes you're looking to push the ball down the field. But as I've said before, the crumbs lead to a cookie. And you never go broke taking a profit, and those big tight ends will often find you those easy check down yards.
1st down throw for Cousins. Into the hands of Pitts. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 43. Right side, got a man, complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. He gets 6 on that play, and it's good for an Atlanta 1st down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now Cousins again. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Well, that throw, Kate, pretty clean out of his hand. Just looked like it didn't get through the defense clean enough. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing is Cousins. Got a man. Robinson has it. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get them enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Throwing it again here. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't find Kyle Pitts on that throw. So it's second down coming up.
Timing is everything in life, everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. Fires over the middle. Caught. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And the Falcons will have a first.
Okay, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Shotgun snap now to Cousins. He's got it to him yet again. That is caught. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They're now set for 1st and 10. From the red zone now. That one's complete to London. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
It's the pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the same 10-yard line.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Play action now for Cousins. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And he's brought down after a short gain. That's the 2-minute warning here from Atlanta. Falcons hoping to make it look a little better before time runs out. 3rd and a lone yard coming up. Working from the gun, it's Cousins. Got it. And they will score. It's an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons making the scoreboard look a touch better. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Coup on now for the extra point. That one right down the middle. And they're a point closer now on the scoreboard. Don't look up at the clock, everybody. That is certainly not their friend as they get set to try an onside kick. And no problem for the Saints. They cover it up. Well, I guess they kind of had to do it here, Brock.
Yeah, it's called a have to. Yeah, kind of have to at this point in the game, huh?
Okay, but like most things in this game, it did not work out for them.
Yeah, let's face it, even if they do recover that, probably not going to find a way to win. But this is a time where you work on things, where you do build to the following week. Got to find a way to flush this because it's just not been their kind of game.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Running right, it's Kamara. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's second and 10.
Made it all look so simple, didn't he? That linebacker sorting right through the traffic, finding the runner. That's instincts come to life.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Run here with Kamara. Runs inside the 35. And he gets this all the way to the 31-yard line. The big play nets him 17 yards. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
Counter give to Kamara. And he gets a few on the plunge forward.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. So this a win on the road for the Saints. And partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days always makes the win a little bit sweeter when it comes against a rival, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just a little bit more emotion. There just is.
Yeah.
I mean, you try to keep every game level, and no opponent's bigger than the other, but familiarity does breed a little more contempt, and we could feel it today, and that's why that W is a little bit sweeter.
So that's it for us here. Brock Heward, our crew, I'm Kate Scott. This has been the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Saints as we say goodbye from Atlanta.